Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
And we're going to put a marker right there for our awesome archive team. Let them know we're getting to the game. We're going to tab over to the screen, and I'm going to welcome you all to a very special Xtra. Specifically, one that I've been looking forward to since I started futzing around with the homebrew class Shaman, and that is to say, an Xtra really digging into the meat of what it is to be a shaman. For those of you who may be just joining us, this is a continuation of our most recent, as per the playlist, episode of Crown of Fangs, and it takes place basically between the previous episode and the next episode, as I'm only joined tonight by one character and one person. Guy Gamzelas, welcome to the show.
Howdy, howdy.
You've been in a few extras. You know how this works.
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to be focusing on a story that would take up too much table space during a full episode, and usually bridging important gaps. Specifically, in this case, you want to change your classes around, and I'm okay with that. So, yeah, let's talk about why we're here and what we're going to be doing. So, Kian is an 8th level character. He is a 7th level wildfire druid and a 1st level shaman. And you are... Como se dice? You are not enjoying druid as much as you thought that you would, as I understand it.
It's a great fun class, but it doesn't... The best way I can put it to words is Kian no longer feels like a druid. It doesn't feel befitting.
Okay. And we're hoping that by switching to shaman, it feels a little bit better across the board. I want to make something very clear to the audience and to you. I'm sure you've heard me say this before, Kian, but changing classes is not like multi-classing. And it is not something that you can do at the drop of a hat. If this doesn't work, are you locked into playing a class that you don't like permanently? No. But it's not like next week we'll be coming to you with another Xtra of Kian switching his shaman levels for wizard levels or whatever. Like, that's not how this is going to work. This is a special story beat that happens every so often to help a player feel more involved. But it is not something that can be abused.
Right.
And I take it very seriously, and I intone to the player who is in a situation like this to take it equally as seriously. So that's kind of where we are. Excuse me. This is probably not going to be the length of a full episode. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. I'm not sure how much of this is taking place in real time and how much of this is taking place in Kian's, like, head, basically. We'll work that out with everyone in Crown of Fangs the next time we all meet at the table. In the meantime, we need to make the fiction match the mechanics. And that is what we are endeavoring to do tonight while telling an interesting story. There's going to be a whole lot of mechanics discussion tonight, but there will still be some story moments and hopefully some cool vistas as well. Since we are really digging into how shaman works, I want to give a couple of shout outs really quick before we get started. First of all, I am not doing this completely from scratch. I'm taking bits and pieces from other homebrew shaman classes that are kind of in the direction that I want to go with the class, from D&D Wiki and a few other places. Shout out to all the contributors for the homebrew stuff over there. I know what I want shaman to do, and I know generally how I want it to play, so I'm cherry picking these abilities just to save myself some time. And if I don't like something, or I don't exactly like something, I'll be changing it as we go. But again, shout out to all of those homebrew creators. Now, the other thing that I need to give a shout out to is my own formative years of gaming. A shaman, to me, is not necessarily what a shaman is to everyone. A shaman could be very similar to a druid, in that you are speaking to the spirits of the land, you are interacting with ancestors of some description, a whole lot of herbal smoke in the air leading to, vision quests and so on. And that stuff is awesome. That stuff is awesome. A shaman could be a bonfire and somebody with a necklace of skulls and a wooden mask or skull-like face paint, with a ritualistic device of some description. Some might make it allegorical to something called a witch doctor, to some people. Equal parts priest and not quite necromancer, but someone who focuses on the dead and the memory of the dead and how these memories or even these individuals can interact with the living. This could also be what a shaman is, to some people's descriptions. Equally, it could simply be another word for a doctor. There are those who see a shaman as a faith-based healer that is not accepted by the Anglican churches, right? A faith-based healer that is not one of the peoples of the book, right? Not Christian, not Muslim, not Catholic. Excuse me, not Catholic, Jewish. I apologize. But a faith-based healer that is not associated with these things, some people could consider that a shaman, and they would be correct in that. For me, how I see a shaman, how I like shaman portrayed in fiction, and how I hope to bring it out tonight with our other shaman characters in our other shows, and generally just in my own way of doing it, it is drawing a little bit from the witch doctor allegory and a little bit from the druid of the land allegory and combining them. My shaman is a speaker of spirits, opening themselves up as a vessel to to allow the manifestation of power. Because there is a separation between the spirit world and, the material world. There's a separation between the elemental forces that pulse throughout, the universe and what we can see and interact with in the physical sense. A ghost that manifests itself into a visible form takes a great deal of effort. An elemental rising from a volcano in a plume of smoke takes a great deal of effort, and in the latter case, magical energy that could then bleed out and cause problems. These are things that I have referenced before in my storytelling, and things that I really like about spiritualism. Be they spirits of an individual or spirits of collective energy. A shaman serves as an avatar for those things. A spirit a trained shaman can take a spirit, not literally take, but allow that spirit to manifest with the shaman's energy and effectively meld with them, for want of a better word. And the spirit, let's say in this case a ghost, a person, could then pilot the shaman like a mech, and the shaman is a consenting individual to this. They are able to expel the spirit with effort if necessary. There are ground rules and training in place from the shaman to allow the spirit to do its work within reason while the shaman remains conscious. In the latter example of the volcano spirit coming out, as I said, that can cause a lot of magical bleed, for want of a better word, a lot of energy seeping out and causing random problems. A shaman could then, in the same way, channel this volcano spirit, manifest it, gain power over volcano and fire, and do whatever the elemental feels needs to be done while containing that energy. A shaman, to me, is a vessel for these two types of spirits. And nothing exemplifies that for me, aside from my own storytelling, than Blizzard Entertainment. Blizzard Entertainment has Orcish Shaman. They have Orcish Shaman. They have shaman of various backgrounds in their Warcraft catalog, but the orcs exemplify it the most. One of my favorite characters from Blizzard's catalog is an orc named Goel, better known as Thrall. Thrall is an orcish war shaman, and he can do very little by himself. He has a magical weapon called the Doomhammer, and he has a magical set of armor from his mentor Duratan, and he's a badass warrior in his own right, but comparably to other orcs who focus purely on the martial, Goel is more of a spiritualist, and you'll see him, lower his hammer in prayer, take a knee, and call upon his brother the wind, and have the wind scour his foes from before him, right? Call upon, sister of water, and wash away whatever, terrible thing is before him. And I could not begin to tell you why, but that, and things that other shaman do in that catalog of fiction, speaks to me in an inspiring way. So, if you are familiar with what I am speaking of in this regard, and you look into our shaman characters and the shaman abilities, you're gonna be like, oh, I've seen Thrall do that, and you probably have for some of these. I'll be real, but not all of them, because I'm drawing on other sources, and likewise, the people on the D&D wiki who have, done some of the legwork for me are also drawing from different sources, but there is a clear inspiration in that spirit channeling elemental essence-ness that I really want to make sure is showcased in this class. And that was a whole lot of explanation for, ultimately, we're here to tell a story, so thank you for your patience, Gamzelis. Any questions?
Presently.
You want to jump in?
Don't see why not.
So, as per the last full episode of Crown of Fangs, Khan, Kindled Oath, and the rest of the Jungle Beasts have been traveling through the Feywild, the wild beyond the Witchlight, and they have been moving through a primordial forest with no other name than Thither. They have traveled through this primordial forest to get to some floating stones about a mile above the forest. They climbed up a nearby mountain to a plateau, and there they met a minotaur formerly named Bane. And what Bane did was he explained that he is a vessel. He is a teacher for this this way of accepting energy and moving it to, not moving it to your will per se, but allowing it to move through you in a way that it is safe and consensual for everyone, including complete outsiders. Bane said that he is a vessel for storm, earth, and fire, which, again,
Storm,
why did that not work? I said again,
storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
which that line has always been evocative to me. If you're wondering what that's from a song about shaman, a metal song about shaman, and just that's the intro to it, and it's always spoken to me in a very, very powerful way, and I can't really explain why. But Bane guided Kian to be able to see these floating rocks, and upon it, Kian saw a gathering place for these powerful spirits, these vacant thrones, and these locations teeming with this spiritual elemental energy. And I'm going to post a picture of the inspiration for that location backstage, because I saw a picture that moved me, and I wanted to put something like that into DA, and so I put it backstage. Please join us on our Discord. We'd love to have you, and in the room devoted to this game and this show, I've posted some information about my inspiration and where to get it and things like that. But anyway, the jungle beasts are in front of Bane's living space, it seems to be, and Kian is in conversation with him. And I think there's a distinct lack of other jungle beasts in the show, because it's not our usual scheduled Crown of Fangs time, but also because the focus here is something different. And I think we pick up our story not immediately where we left off, with Kian looking wistfully at the island, but I think we come in shortly thereafter with Kian asking for training. How is that something that Kian would broach?
I think so. Yeah. He's never been one to stray away from the opportunity to learn. An example. He went to Candlekeep.
How would he broach that desire to learn? Would it just be you see the beauty of the throne, and John is just moved, and he's like, teach me? Is there any other way to approach that? Is there any discussion you want to have before we go into the actual work that is ahead of us tonight?
I don't particularly think it's worded as just teach me, but I think the particular way he would word that is he where it was looking at the place and turns back to
Bane or teacher, both are acceptable.
And it's more, will you show me to be more?
Yeah, okay. That's great, I think. So yeah, I think we see briefly Bane allowing the other jungle beasts into his tent, his living area, so they can rest in safety. And then to you, the music swells, Kion's theme swells a little bit, and it's like it's work time, right? Like you gotta immediately jump into work, and the first step is getting to the throne, getting out to the floating island. That's the first challenge ahead of you. And in order to do that, you need a means to do that. So, out of all the elemental forces that exist, what would Kion's natural inclination of get me over there, what would that process be? Would it be, for example, flight? Would it be riding on a tornado? Would it be stepping across geysers, etc.? What was Kion's inclination to get over to the throne?
Just so I'm understanding you right. You mean like
get from here to here?
Right. What his preferred method would be?
Yes. Like speaking like with elemental forces, like what is Kion's like first inclination?
So I honestly think that would be. Boy, I gotta word this properly.
Okay.
There's this very particular skill that shows up a lot in like anime.
Okay.
Where when someone decides they want to go to that location, they want to go. They're here. They want to go there. They just walk, and mist seems to just come under their feet.
Okay.
Cloud walking, I think it's called.
Yeah. So wind.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first step is making your first totem. Totems are ways for you to interact with available elemental spiritual sources in the same way that like a Pokemon Ranger will call on a Pokemon nearby for help. Totems allow you to do the same thing. They could be repositories of energy, but they're mostly focal points for you to do your shamanic work. So, to that end, it sounds like your first totem needs to be a wind totem.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, maybe that's the conversation, right? Like, Bane says, like, you must feel the energy around you. Some will come more naturally than others. Find what is home to you, and draw it close. And when you are prepared, you must carve your first totem.
Okay.
So, what does that look like? What does Kion do?
So this is a weird process in my head on how to go about something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like you need to find what flows most natural. So this is the immediate route that forms in my head.
Mm-hmm.
He has the elemental sense.
Mm-hmm.
He can find the trails, and
Correct.
in my mind, it's use that to be able to see the trails, and in such a way that he's used to bending magic normally.
Mm-hmm.
Using that same sort of process, focusing in on the trails, trying to draw them close.
Right? And we see the one that comes most naturally is wind. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think so.
Okay. So yeah, so we see Kyon like in meditation, eyes open, looking out at all of the energy around him, and he starts to pull the mana and the energy to him, and Bane like immediately like pulls your hand down, like, no, we do not bind. We submit.
Let's see. Okay. Work that process backwards.
Mm-hmm.
There's a constant flow of
Certainly.
Within a person,
Yes.
there is a constant flow of the magic energy.
Correct.
I think we do not bind. All right. Try to keep his hands void,
Right.
empty, and see if it comes to that more naturally than pulling it.
Right. So you like close your eyes, hold your hands out, try to focus your own energy down, for want of a better word. And yeah, you feel this like we see the like breeze move over Kyon's features, and you feel this like when you inhale there is energy that flows into you, and when you exhale there's energy that leaves you. You feel this like the wind like blowing the grass under your feet. You feel the wind like moving across your skin. And then yeah, you like open your eyes and they're like shining like white and like lift off the ground a little bit. And Bane like gives you a nod, like good. But you can't really do anything with it. Like you're in this like not avatar state per se, but you're in this like you feel this energy coalescing inside you, but you can't do anything with it right now because you're just level 1 shaman.
Right.
So it's like maybe there's a second of like, what do I do? And then you just like push it out and your eyes return to normal and you become Kyon again, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
You become the pilot of the meat suit once more, so to say. So then the next step, the next like scene that we see is like Kyon constructing his first totem. And this is really important because these totems are houses for your associates, right? They are representative of you. They are identifiers of what they can, like what they can do, so you can tell what's what, and they are spiritual, like focal points for you to connect with these energies. So what does Kyan constructing his totem look like? What is it made from? What does it look like, and how does it function?
Oh boy.
With your permission, Map Ghost, I would like to bring out your example totems from the other game.
Go ahead.
So, for example, Guiding Wind in Voices of the Mountain has... Oh, I didn't upload them. You did. They're not on my list. Shit. Has totem... Maybe I can get just Guiding Wind. Hang on. Has specific totems that look like carved bear statues. They're really cool. I'm gonna have to upload this. Sorry to the VOD, I have to come off the screen for a second. But I will be along in just a moment. Just grabbing what I need to grabbing. Dude, there we go. So he has these carved bear statues that are hollow on the inside that serve as like houses for his spirits that he channels, and like they're super cool. Bluntly, they're super cool. You do not have to have carved Goliath statues necessarily, but this is just an example.
Right.
Also, shout out to Parrot Broadnax for this amazing art.
That man does not miss.
No, he doesn't.
I think the most natural inclination towards the shape to give a totem would be for a Goliath. It seems like the simplest thing is to go for the simplest and the most meaningful thing is to go for the animals of Valorhall.
But the spirits are not of the same faith. Remember, these are housings for them.
Right.
Like, another example, I'm gonna fuck this up royally, but another example is, like, Bane's totem is like, oh, yeah, I knew it, I fucked it up, is like dried bamboo in a cylinder, and you know how bamboo has, like, the curved sections, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the top is a rounded, like, very, very stylistic, like, I know what this looks like, bear with me. Like, bull's head, I'm a terrible drawing, but you get, like, a very stylized, like, face of a bull, and then it's got big horns coming off of it, and that's, like, all his totem is.
I see.
I'll post a picture of the inspiration backstage.
I think
It's like this.
Oh,
Yeah, which is not, my drawing didn't do it justice, but it's dope.
that is very cool. 'Cause, 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 My mind starts shifting to things very, very personal for Kian,
Okay.
and wind. What would... My initial thought was a sort of... Oh boy, I don't know how to word any of this.
It sounds like you're struggling, so let's take a step back. Are you sure you want to do wind first?
Wind first? Probably not,
Okay.
because I can't think of anything good.
Okay.
The only one I can get a good idea for is fire, and that's pretty much just...
Like, well, we have previously established that Kian has an affinity for fire. He's a wildfire druid.
Right.
Like, of course he has an affinity for fire. Your totems don't have to be, like, super duper unique, because you're gonna have, like, 30 of them. Like, they should be relatively similar.
Then...
Like Guiding Winds here.
Right. So then my mind goes to... Let me see, do I have a thing of just him, or is it... No, it's the token.
What are you looking for?
How he has the different bears that are distinguished by the markings.
But they're all bears in the same shape.
Right.
Yes.
Little... Oh my god, his name is right there. Vrek.
Little birds?
Yeah.
You want little bird tokens? Or little bird totems, rather?
I think so.
That's dope as hell. I'm into that. So, like how you've got the orange bear with the concentric circles, you've got the green bear with the leaves, and you got the blue bear with the currents. You would have, like, bear with me, like, swans, and their plumage would be different.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific bird in mind? Is it just straight up Vrek?
I was thinking so.
So Vrek is based on, I want to say, a peacock?
His original design idea came from those, like, when someone mentions the elegant phoenix.
Right, but that looks like a peacock, my guy.
Yes, exactly. Those ideas generally come from peacocks and the such.
So that's super interesting. And if that's the direction you want to go, that's fine with me. I would say I'm of two minds about it. On the one hand, it's very sweet. And on the other hand, this shaman thing is to remove your dependence on Vrek.
Right.
Like, I have no objections as the game master if that's what you want to do. Take your time. This is a big suggestion. I think birds is super cool.
I'm not dropping the birds. No plans of that. It's just determining what bird is the difficulty.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but what about an eagle?
I mean, then that's a bird of the faith.
Yes, it is. But there's a difference between it being a bird of the faith and all of them be the same versus each one being a different thing of the faith, and taken together they are about your faith. Like that's not the same thing. I didn't mean to say eagles are bad. I just meant that, like, if you have an eagle and a bear and a raven and a fox, and these are based on the Goliath spirits, that's not really probably where you want to go.
Right. Then, honestly, an eagle would probably be sweet.
So, I just Googled eagle totem to see what I got, and there's a couple of really cool ones. I'm gonna link them backstage, and you tell me which one you like the best. So, you've got, okay, you don't got that one. And chat, I'm very sorry for this, but based on what Kyan decides, we'll be getting art for these totems anyway, so you'll be able to see them. So there's something like this with very distinct like feathers. There's something more like this with the wings kind of together. There's something like this, which I would call a stormbird, personally. And then I also found this, which I think is cool, but it might be a little parrot-like. Do you like any of those?
So that first one and that last one I think are very cool. I do gotta agree, the third one is very fun, Stormbird-like.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think Stormbird is perfectly acceptable if you want to go that route.
My difficulty is figuring how, like, these shape out in the three-dimensional, like, if the tail is the base, or...
Yeah, the tail would be, like, attached to the base, and then it would be splayed out, like the Minotaur one that I showed you, basically. Just replace the horns with the wings. I, for one, think that Stormbird is badass as fuck.
It is very fucking cool. It is very fucking cool.
But it's not my totem, not my choice. If you don't like any of those, we can brainstorm of a different idea.
I do quite like the Thunderbird idea.
You do?
Yeah.
I can make that work. But for now, what do we see? How does Kyan craft a Thunderbird totem?
Okay. It's a great question, because he doesn't have any tools.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't have skills with any tools.
You actually get a proficiency in a relevant tool thing for taking shaman level. So this would actually show Kyan getting that training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. My natural inclination is do them out of wood.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see Kyan, like, head back down the mountain with his mithril axe, chop some wood, come back up, and just whittling away, trying to make a house for a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can gain proficiency with woodcarver's tools for that.
Super cool.
Well, I'll say novice, so half your proficiency bonus. And maybe we see like Kian like present the totem. These are like palm size. They're not very big. Like we see Kian like present the totem to Bane, and Bane like rejects it, and Kian like goes back and does it again, and Bane rejects it, etc., etc., until you get like we get like your Stormbird totem, and then from there maybe there's a moment of like, now what do I do? So the first thing you have to do is tell me what you want your first totem to be. You have a couple of options.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. You can get a Zephyr totem, which if you place it on the ground, it will just like, you know that have you ever played Inside?
There's a lot of games called Inside.
No, there isn't. There's only one called Inside.
Hmm?
If not,
I might have. Hang on a sec.
it's from the guys who made Limbo.
Oh, yes.
You did play it.
I have, yeah.
Do you know that sequence where every, I want to say, 6 seconds, there's a crack and a huge force burst? And you have to, like, hide behind the walls every 6 seconds?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
The Totem of the Zephyr does that. It generates a sphere airburst coming out from the totem every, like, round, and it pushes everything back 10 feet. It also disperses, like, gas and vapor around it.
I see.
So that's one option. You can get a Totem of Grace. Excuse me. Which, hold on. No, you don't get the Totem of Grace yet. I'm sorry, I mislooked at that. You can get a Grounding Totem, which will like magnetize, for want of a better word, Spellfire. So if you have a Grounding Totem out, somebody throws a firebolt at you, it will be redirected to the Grounding Totem, and then the totem will be like destroyed, but you can resummon it. So that's an option. You can get a Vortex Totem, which nope, that one's also high level, sorry. Let me walk that back. So you get the Grounding Totem, the Zephyr Totem. You can get a Totem of Cookie. What's the Zappy Totem called?
The Zappy Totem?
Yeah, you have a totem for every element that can do a Zappy.
Wrath Totem.
Yeah, you can get a Wrath Totem, which you can use a bonus action to fire off just a blast of lightning damage. Or you can get... Did I give you another choice, or was it just those three?
You also gave me Vortex as an option.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
It may have become high level since you guys have talked about this stuff a lot since then.
Oh yeah, no, Vortex Totem causes ranged projectiles to have disadvantages if it passes through the wind. That's what it does. So yeah, so like grounding totem, spellfire, vortex totem, disadvantage on ranged attacks, totem of the Zephyr, the air burst, and then wrath of air totem, which is the lightning zap.
Hmm.
You get one of those.
I really like the idea of vortex or grounding. I'm not sure which one to go with.
I'm just saying, Totem of Wrath is persistent range damage.
It is. And I don't have a lot of that right now.
And you're going the melee route with this, so
That's true.
keep that in mind.
Throw that guy out and get in there myself. I can hammer away while I have it bolt things.
I mean, ostensibly by the end of this, you're going to have more totems.
Right. I think I want to go for Wrath.
Okay. Totem of Storm's Wrath, I guess we'll call it. So what that does is, let me find it so I can give you the exact thing. So you have something called an elemental die. This elemental die starts at a D4, and it scales like a monk's martial arts die.
Mm-hmm.
And most of your abilities that do damage will key off of your elemental die.
Okay.
So your elemental die is a D4 right now, and so what happens is you put out this totem. It has 5 hit points. Yeah, excuse me. It has. What's the calculation for the health? Is it 5 times your shaman level? No, that can't be right. Or is it just a flat 5?
No, it involves your shaman level. I'll take a look for you real quick.
Thank you. Cookie is already playing a shaman, if anybody's wondering what he's doing, and he's helping me keep the specifics straight so that I don't give you guys different information.
Load for me. Thank you. Totem spider, tell me. Their hit points are 5 plus whatever level shaman you are.
5 plus, that's what it is. So you can summon the totem. It has 5 plus your shaman level hit points, and within 15 feet of the totem, you can use a bonus action to cause a lightning jolt to bop. It's a ranged spell attack, uses your wisdom, and if you hit, you deal your elemental die of damage. This doesn't matter right now, but all of your totems can be ascended. And if you ascend this totem...
One sec. Sorry. I fell behind because World 20 decided to warble on me.
Sorry, just tell me when.
It was a bonus action to use to release a lightning bolt.
For want of a better word.
Lightning attack output, actually.
Yeah.
And what was the rest of that?
It does your elemental die of damage. And that's all it does right now.
Okay.
It lasts for... how long? 10 minutes?
The totems?
Yeah.
They last for...
I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes.
1 minute.
They last for 1 minute until they run out of hit points, or until you move out of the range of the aura.
For 1 minute until it runs out of HP.
Correction on the second bit.
Go ahead.
When the totem's hit points are reached 0, or you move 120 feet away from it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
I thought you had to be in the aura.
Nope.
I might balance past that, so you have to be within the aura.
Okay.
We'll see how it shakes out. Point being, at which point it disappears. The thing that we're talking about, the magical thing, is different from the little thing that you carved, to be clear.
Okay.
You use the little thing that you carved to summon the big thing.
I see.
Yeah. The big thing being destroyed doesn't really matter, except it uses a charge of your totem summoning. If the little thing gets destroyed, you can't use that totem.
I see.
And then the next bit is all totems can be ascended. This doesn't really matter to you right now, but ascending a totem gives additional effects. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cookie. The Ascended Wrath Totem provides a secondary effect.
I believe it does. I do not have a Wrath Totem to tell you what they would do, though.
I know what they do. I'm just making sure that's what I told you. So if you ascend your Lightning Jolt Totem, and you successfully hit somebody with it, they can't take reactions until the beginning of their next turn. When you ascend a totem, it lasts until the end of its duration, and then it automatically goes away.
Yep.
I say that because you can use your action to refresh your totems that you have out at a later level. You can't do that with Ascended totems.
Okay.
So you would want to refresh it and then ascend it.
You said no longer use reactions for that turn, and then disappears
At the end of its duration.
At the end of its duration.
Yep. So you have the Wrath of Air totem now, Wrath of Storm totem now. So now Kian is like, okay, got my totem. You can summon it, but there's a distinct difference between the thing that you summon and the thing that Bane summons. Namely, Bane's glows with energy and, like, you know, rumbles with power and, like, does a thing. Yours just kind of appears and it's inert. Now you have to empower it. And Bane, you know, you have made the cradle. Now you must entice the spirit. No, again, it's not that simple. You have to go and, like, somehow get a wind elemental, maybe a fire elemental, like, whatever you're going for. I realize now, after all of that, I apologize, that I gave you the wind options when you had switched to fire, which is totally different. Do you want to backtrack?
Yeah, I'm still gonna I'm still gonna go with Storm's Wrath for wind, but yeah.
Okay. So for fire totem, oh, I missed one. You can also get a totem of infusion for every element that will apply magic damage to your weapon, like Arcane Weapon.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can get a totem of Fiery Wrath, a totem of Imbue Flame, a Chill Ward totem, which gives all friendly creatures resistance to cold in the 15-foot radius. You can get... a Lava Burst totem, or a Totem of Hot Blood, which is a minor haste effect.
Oh. Kind of
Oh,
cool.
and I should mention, if a totem has a radius, all creatures in that radius that can be affected by the totem are affected by that totem.
Okay. I assume that goes for like the vortex and the grounding as well.
Correct. They do tend to separate hostile targets and friendly targets, but like if you put down a grounding totem and Dr. Lorelei is in the aura of the grounding totem and somebody tries to firebolt Dr. Lorelei, the grounding totem will still eat it.
But to that same effect, if Vrek tries to like Scorching Ray, the grounding is gonna nab it, isn't it?
No, because it
No?
specifies hostile targets.
My bad. Okay. So the options were
Fiery Wrath, Imbue Flame, Chill Ward, and Hot Blood. I said something else, but I don't think you get it yet.
the other one was Lava Burst.
Lava Burst. Yeah, I don't think you get Lava Burst yet.
Is Fiery Wrath gonna be the same as Storm's Wrath?
Yeah, but the Ascension will be different.
I see.
And you can have Fiery Wrath and Storm's Wrath out at the same time.
Yeah, all the Wrath totems ostensibly do the same thing, it's just their ascended effects are different and their damage types are different.
Correct.
I can only assume what the bonus or the Ascension power is.
It ignites.
Yeah, I thought so. I figure lightning takes away reactions, fire ignites, cold slows,
Mm-hmm.
and earth. I have no idea.
I can never decide what I want to do with Earth. I tend to give you the choice between Poison, Acid, and Bludgeoning. So, Poisons, damage over time, Acid, damages equipment, Bludgeoning, knocks prone.
Very interesting.
I can never decide which one I like more, so. But once you choose one, that's the one that you get.
Right.
And the same with the imbues, right? Fiery weapon, lightning weapon, cold weapon, poison/acid weapon, etc.
Fiery Wrath, Imbue Fire,
Chill Ward, Hot
Chill
Blood.
Ward, or Hot.
Hot Blood is the one that Wind uses to great effect.
I'm terribly sorry. Alexa just said something about calling emergency services. I need to go check on my parents.
Yeah. Good plan. Thank you for your help, Map Ghost Cookie, by the way.
No problem. I am here to both help and learn.
What do you think of all of the shaman spiel that I've done so far?
I'm loving it.
Good.
It's
that
also
all,
nice.
that all you got to say? 'Cause I was hoping to fill time until Gamzella's got back.
It's also nice to see somebody else going the shaman route to just see how much different they and I are gonna be.
Yes.
considering Guiding Wind is the more spell-oriented version of Shaman, whereas it seems like Kian is going to be more melee-oriented.
Yes, there's the wizard spell oriented, the healer spell oriented, and then there's the melee. And those are the 3 shamanic ascensions that I've put together. And there's no reason we can't have more, especially because clerics have 99,999 domains. But those are what I have right now.
They're all fair options.
Eagle totems are dope. Just saying.
Yeah, honestly, so fitting for the boy.
Yes.
Now, I know that the Gamzelis is not here to confirm this or not, but is there a full swap from Druid to Shaman, or
Yes.
is this story? Okay.
He was a 7 druid, and then he got a level up and he took 1 shaman, and he's like, I'd like to convert my druid levels into shaman levels, and so we're working to see that done.
Okay. Neat.
I really hope Gamzelis' folks are okay.
I do too. Guy Gamzelis, awesome dude, does a lot for this place. Really hoping that things go well for him.
Yeah, absolutely on all counts. On the topic of shaman, can you grab your spell list for me, please?
Yes, you want full written down right now?
Yeah, if that's alright.
Yeah.
Preferably your half-caster version, because he's only going to be a half-caster.
Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, welcome back. You good?
Yes, everyone's fine. No one's hurt. Things are fine. Alexa was just
Being Alexa.
awakening. I swear to God, this thing, that paint struck on it and it's gaining sentience. Anyway.
Yes.
I was thinking about it while I was gone, and I think hot-blooded sounds like the best.
Mm-hmm. You want to go hot-blooded?
Yeah.
Okay. So the hot-blooded totem, the hit points is the same. They all have an armor class of 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
I see. Okay.
And they can also be destroyed with a DC 20 strength check.
Oh, okay. Wait just a moment. It was 5 plus shaman level. AC of, what did you say?
10 plus your wisdom modifier.
Wismod and can be destroyed with a DC 20 strength check.
DC 20 strength check, more than 1,000 pounds of force applied to it, moving 120 feet away from it, or being reduced to 0 hit points.
Apply.
Oh, and it has barbarian resistance.
Ooh, nice.
It is immune to being frightened, being poisoned, and falling prone. It cannot be charmed. It cannot be exhausted. It is immune to poison damage. It's immune to psychic damage. Construct trait is what I'm trying to say.
Possesses construct traits and you mentioned everything except acid, so
Vuln to acid.
Vuln to acid.
It's an object.
Right. Wanted to be sure.
Yep. So your totem of hot blood.
Hold on a sec. I'm a slow typer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your totem of hot blood grants targets in its 15-foot radius, grants friendly targets in its 15-foot radius, an extra attack action or extra movement. Cookie, is that right?
A free use of the dash action.
Or a free use of the dash action every turn. If you ascend it, you get both.
Very cool. Grants friendly targets.
Yes.
Boom. There we go. That's in.
So then, yeah, you make the vessel, and it's still empty, and Bane intones that the next step is to will a spirit into it, and I think it works perfectly. Vrek just goes, "I suppose I can help you out."
Turns to the jar. Only if you're willing, brother.
Yeah, he nods. It's like,
Hey,
yeah, you open the jar, and with like the scream of an eagle, this like bolt of fire flies up into the air and flies down into the totem, and like the feathers on the end of the wings like ignite, and all the runes like light up the same way that Guiding Wind's fire totem does. And yeah, you have the effect of the totem of hot blood active. Which means you gain another ability.
ooh.
As long as you have a fire totem in your possession, that is to say, the little one,
Huh?
you can use the control flame cantrip.
Oh.
The big totems, aside from the effect that they provide, do allow story stuff, like how we saw Guiding Wind mix a potion in his fire totem. So you can now use your fire totem to make a bridge over to the throne if you have a means to do that. And I have one if you're not sure how.
I am not.
So, take it, Bane is like, "It is time for you to take the next step." And you like go over to the cliff, and you plunk down your fire totem, and again, Vrek like ignites it. And you like push your energy down, you feel this like welling heat, much more than just your wildfire totem. It's like Vrek is empowering you instead of the other way around. And like we see Kyan's eyes like glow orange, and like maybe some like tongues of flame lick off of his body, and you like hold your hands out, and this like the rock around the totem begins to like heat up and melt into lava, and that lava streams along the air like it's on a Dark Souls invisible walkway and harden again, and you have this lava path out to the throne.
Sick as fuck.
Right? You'd like that. What do you do?
It's come back down to the ground. see the path and like look to Bane.
Bane is just watching you to see what you do.
I think he looks to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the same way he tried to keep empty to find the natural.
The natural flame, yeah.
He's gonna try to maintain that while he moves his way across.
Okay. Yeah. So you step out onto the lava bridge, and it holds you, like clutching your fire totem in your hand. You just walk across this bridge, and yeah, you're on this giant island with these elemental zones on it, and the big standing stones with runes carved into them, giant totems in their own right, and the thrones in a circle in the center. As you get close, you realize the thrones are massive. Like, one throne is like the size of like one of those like town square Christmas trees.
Yikes.
Yeah, and there's a big circle of them, and just milling around the circle there are several of these powerful nature spirits of varying sizes. Some of them are bigger than the thrones. 3 in particular are bigger than the thrones, and then various little ones milling about. And you're approached probably immediately by some of these spirits. Just checking you out, you know, flying around your head on the Disney princess thing. And as you approach, you see where the lake touches the throne circle, there is a you know what a typhoon is?
Yeah.
It's also called a water spout.
Mm-hmm.
You see a water spout like spinning, rising out of the water. It goes up about 2 stories, and then it gradually like coalesces into a humanoid shape. Think like Genie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's wearing like a breastplate, and it's carrying a shield, and it's carrying a sword that looks sort of like a khopesh. And all 3 of these seem to be made out of like dark blue ice. And it has a helm of a similar color around water, like sea foam, literally silt, that's made to look like an allegory of a face. And where the burning forest meets the throne, there is a how do I explain what the fire spirit looks like? It's take the giant fireman from Digimon.
Uh-huh.
Right? Take like that big like flaming humanoid, but then make it less bestial and more noble. So more like trying to think, the representations of angels from the Diablo franchise, how they have like the solid glowing eyes, the humanoid feature. Not necessarily the Diablo franchise. Maybe I'm thinking of, what am I thinking of? You play as War in this game, and there's a sequel where you play as Death. Darksiders. Have you played Darksiders?
I have not, but I've seen a full playthrough.
Okay. The angels, the archons of Darksiders,
Mm-hmm.
how they look like more humanoid versions of like the Protoss, basically. Like
Right.
like that, but on fire with like a gold like Greek style toga, and like a breastplate over said toga that's made of like brass, and like fiery features instead of angelic features, and he's got like those wing, like the bone wings extending from his shoulder, where you just see the actual like skeletal structure of the wings, but then there's fire around them. And he's standing there like the angel that guards the Garden of Eden, just with a big flaming sword stuck down in the ground and both of his hands on it. And then over on the mountainside, there's the best way that I can describe it is a stone giant, but it's the face, the head is like in the upper middle of the torso. It's not hunched over, it just has no neck, and the head is like down further than it should be. Very stocky, almost like dwarven proportions, but all of it one contiguous piece of stone with like lichens growing out of it. It looks like it has scales, but it's just like the stone layered upon itself. And it's just standing underneath the mountain. Just, like, their presences are all inspiring. As far as the little ones, there is no giant air elemental here. There's only the ice, the fire, and the rock. But as far as the little ones go, there are a bunch of different kinds. There's, like, animal-looking spirits, that take animal-like forms associated with their element. So there's like a little water spirit that's a duck, and another one that's a fish, and another one is like looks like a little bit like a little mermaid. And then there's another water spirit that just looks like a raindrop kind of flying around. And like this is repeated for all of them, and there are little wind spirits. Most notably, the ones that look the most out of place are tornadoes. Wider on top than they are on the bottom, like conical tornadoes, but they have like I don't know what they're called aside from genie manacles, the like gold manacles with the gemstone on them, with like little tornadoes coming off of their torso, and then the genie manacles on the little tornadoes, like where their arms would be, and you see this form repeated in the fire and the water elementals as well, but not in the earth. And there's spirits everywhere up here, but it seems like the water myrmidon, the fire angel, and the stone giant are like the big hoss up here. It's a little overwhelming.
For someone that's just recently gained the ability to see the presence of such entities, this will be the closest someone could get to serious sensory overload from just sight alone.
Oh yeah. So what would Kian do now that he's here? How do we see Kian's training progress? Like, we'll montage most of this stuff, but, like, I want to know the order, the sequence that events happen in. Because you need to go from a level 1 shaman with 1 totem to a level 8 shaman with 6 totems.
Right.
And a bunch of other stuff, too.
Man. I'm not super sure how you would proceed.
Okay. Sit at one of the thrones and declare himself king.
No.
That's how you die!
I am the captain now. Smite.
Yeah, right.
I mean, making the fire totem got him some decent progress.
Yes, it did.
Making another, and How do I word this in the way I want? I could see the next part for Kyan in his mind being make another totem and just sit and in such a way speak with who's surrounding him.
Right. Let's say, for the sake of it, you can't address each lord at the same time. Like, you need to approach, the Archon of Flame, the Archon of Cold, and the Archon of Stone, like, individually.
I see.
Yeah. Now, let me be clear. If you want to walk away from this with 6 fire totems, I'm not going to stop you.
That's not the objective.
But keep in mind, you can only have 1 totem of each element out at a time.
Right. Probably water.
Okay. So we see Kyan like walk up to the Archon of Cold, the big water spout in the lake. And yeah, he sets you to work carving another totem, but then comes the matter of empowering it. And Vrek can't empower, like, maybe you try, and Vrek cannot empower a water totem. So let's do this first. What do you want your water totem to be? Your options are a drenching totem, which it basically, that's the thing that makes it rain. That's the thing that Guiding Wind threw down that made it like rain and mist in the area around him.
I see.
You can
Totem of Precipitation.
Totem of Precipitation, thank you. You can get Totem of Icy Wrath. Same thing. You can get Totem of Imbue Cold. Same thing. You can get Healing Stream Totem, which it, as a bonus action, you heal 1 random creature in the aura of your totem, at 1 friendly creature randomly, for your elemental die.
Okay.
And I think those were the 4 that I gave you to start with. Okay, is that right?
That is correct. The healing one is called the Totem of Lifestream.
Lifestream, thank you.
So, Precipitation.
Lifestream, Ice Imbue, or Icy Wrath.
Boy, none of these are easy choices.
They're not meant to be.
One that probably Sorry, this is working through those is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lifestream.
Okay. So, same health, same all of that. And then, as a bonus action, you heal 1 friendly target within 15 feet of the totem for a number of hit points equal to your elemental die. And if you ascend it, you heal all of them in the aura. gain a water totem, you gain the shape water cantrip. But there's a catch. You still have to imbue the motherfucker.
Right.
And the Archon of Cold has a challenge for you.
Okay.
But they all will, if that wasn't obvious.
I figured.
So to pass the Archon of Cold's challenge, Kian has to prove that he is versed in magic. So what this will be is this will be converting your druid spells into shaman spells. You're going from a full caster to a half caster. Keep that in mind. For the record, your hit dice remain the same. It's a D8 anyway, so
I don't have to reshuffle my HP.
Nope.
Awesome.
So, excuse me. Cookie has a spell list for you. And what Kian basically has to do is meditate and call upon the spirits of the throne to cast a spell that he could not normally cast.
So, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
the spell list you're looking for, is that for when I was a prep caster or no?
Yeah,
Because I know we did a bit of shuffling around and I don't have
Are
the
you not a
updated
prep
spell
caster
list.
anymore?
No, you made it... I think with what I was doing, you made me more akin to sorcerer as far as spell levels go.
Right, okay. Yes, Kian will be prep caster because he's doing the melee thing.
Okay. So, as far as first level spells will go, I will post it backstage here in the...
You could go
chat.
ahead and remove your druid abilities, by the way.
I will do so.
Just making sure that I have all these not as shorthand. Yep. So there are your first level spells.
And as a eventually 8th level shaman, in addition to the 4 elemental cantrips, by the end of this you're going to have, let me make sure this is right. Yeah, you're going to have 3 cantrips total that you know. And you're going to have half-caster spell slots up to level 4. If I'm looking at that right. No, sorry. Half-caster. So, no, is that right, Cookie? Level 4?
Half-caster at 8th level, he would only have access to 2nd level spells.
2nd level spells, sorry.
Which I have those as well, and we'll post it backstage in just a moment.
If it's fine, I'm gonna throw this first level, these first level spells into the chat log just so I can compare better.
Yep. You will be able to, let me check. You'll be able to prepare a number of spells from your... Is it half your shaman level plus your wisdom modifier?
Yes.
Half your shaman level plus your wisdom modifier. And you'll have spell slots of a half caster, whatever that equates to.
The slots of a half caster?
Yeah, I believe it's 4 and 3.
I want to say that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, there's a surprising number in here that druids don't get.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And doop. There is your second level list.
Hey, hey, Cookie.
Yes.
After Lesser Restoration and before Acid Arrow, what is that spell supposed to be?
Sorry, what was that?
That is.
What are we looking at, guys?
After in the second level spell list, after Lesser Restoration and before Acid Arrow.
It's
just-
Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Yes. You'll notice a
Okay.
theme with the spells you can get.
I was just asking because all it says there is magic.
Magic, yeah.
I'm gonna also throw this in to the log so I can better compare.
Mm-hmm. Now, to
Oh.
cast the spell, you're going to need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me make sure I don't have guidance active.
And you do not need your elemental cohorts to cast shaman spells.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. So what spell do you cast?
I think he goes for something that feels... I don't want to say basic,
Okay.
but something simple for the objective that this is,
Mm-hmm.
and thematically appropriate for who's giving him the challenge. I think he goes for Fog Cloud.
Druids don't get fog cloud?
Not that I'm seeing.
Are
'Cause
you
I
sure?
put in my. Never mind. It's right there. I'm blind.
I was gonna say.
I get that. 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 I already have that. Have you? Oh, there we go. Ice knife.
There you go. You find that it takes more magical energy than you're used to. Because you're a half-caster now.
Right.
So you summon the ice knife, you throw it up, icy burst, and the shards like rain down as rain and coalesce into your new water totem, and it begins glowing. You have now imbued your water totem. And you are now, for all intents and purposes, a level 2 shaman. Which
Okay.
means you get some new abilities, my guy.
Ooh.
You get... Elemental Shield. Yeah, Cookie, you have this, right? Elemental Shield?
Yep.
Yep. Can you link that text for Kian, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. In Roll20, if you don't mind.
Yep. Let me copy paste it.
Excuse me. There you go. At second level, your Master of the Elements gives you the ability to protect yourself with Volatile Shield. You may place one shield onto another creature as long as the applicable totem is active. Each shield begins with 3 charges when you surround yourself or another creature. You regain all charges on a short or long rest. Shield of the Inferno. Intense heat begins to emanate from below you. As a reaction to a melee range or spell attack, you may expend 1 charge to deal your elemental die of fire damage to the attacker. To be clear, that is, if you are hit.
Mm-hmm.
Storm Shield. Dark black clouds crackling with lightning surround you. As a reaction to a melee ranged or spell attack, you may expend any number of charges to teleport to up to 10 feet. Again, somebody attacks you, Storm Shield, you can teleport up to 30 feet with 3 charges.
Interesting.
Tide Shield, rolling waves swirl around you, constantly dipping into the weave of magic. As a reaction, you may expend any number of charges to gain temporary hit points equal to your elemental die for each one.
Do those carry over after the shield ends?
Yes.
Okay.
Until you rest. Or Gravel. Thousands of tiny pebbles circle around you, ready to intercept harmful attacks. As a reaction to an attack made against you, you may expend 1 charge to gain a bonus equal to your elemental die to your AC.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when you're ready.
Just fixing the formatting and I'll be ready in just a second.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to skip the ASIs because you got those from Druid.
Right. I'm gonna take out real quick the Sapphire Greatsword from my skill list.
Why? You still have it?
The Sapphire Greatsword?
Do you not still have it?
No. Tasha.
Oh, right. Tasha didn't get back to you.
Yeah, Tasha took it, said the magic that it held was too unstable, and she gave us a fuckload of supplies instead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you also need the stuff for Elemental Burst?
Is that this level?
Yeah, it's 2nd level as well.
Then yes.
This one is written a little more cookie note style, so take it with a grain of salt.
Let's see. Also at 2nd level, you've learned how to call upon the elements in a way associated to your totems. As a bonus action, you may call upon a particular element in relation to your totem to gain one of the following effects. You can use this ability a number of times, equal to your shaman level plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus, so you can spam this. You regain all uses on a short rest. Fire Burst. Target makes a dex save. Target takes elemental dice of damage each turn. You can use your action to put out the fire. Water. Charisma save. Your speed is halved. Can repeat the save on the end of your turn, and if you warm up, you get rid of it. You might notice these are the secondary effects of your Wrath totems.
Yeah.
Earth causes the target to immediately make a concentration check at disadvantage. This is in addition to the damage, mind you.
That's a good way to fuck with our caster, goddamn.
Yes, it is. And the air burst is lightning damage, and then on strength save can't take reactions. So.
Okay.
It should feel the same as your Wrath totems, because it is.
Just as a helpful ability you can use with any totem.
Well, you don't even need a totem. It's associated with your totem. You could just... This is basically an attack.
Right.
You just
Yeah,
pop. And these bursts pair really well with your with your melee abilities. But we'll get there.
Right.
So your spell list has been changed over, you got your water totem, and you got your shields and bursts.
The actual transitioning of the spell list is gonna take a bit,
That's fine.
but I'm gonna do this after that. I'm gonna do that after this, I mean.
That's fine.
But if I need to do a spell, I'll just reference what I've put into the chat log.
So, where do you go next?
Next is, well, me and Kian are not fools. We can see the common trend here. Fiddle with the creation of another totem.
Mm-hmm.
And make our way to Earthfriend.
You want to take it to the Archon of Stone. Okay. So your stone options are Stone Claw, which it has more health than the other totems that you've seen so far.
Oh.
And it literally just taunts, right, Cookie?
It casts Compel Duel.
It casts Compelled Duel. On itself, not on you. Also, Totem of Earth and Wrath, Totem of Imbue Earth. And then the other one is Stone Skin? What's the fourth one, Cookie?
That sounds correct.
Was it Stone Skin or was it Binding Earth?
Load notes.
If you remember.
We'll find out if I actually wrote it down. Nope.
Okay.
Wait. Is it the Totem of Still Breath?
No, that's a Wind Totem.
Okay. Then no, I don't have the other
okay.
Earth one.
So then your fourth option is Stone Skin Totem, which gives all friendly targets in the radius of the totem barbarian resistances.
Ooh, that's nice.
But the totem still has little bits of HP.
Right. The ones I'm debating between are that or Stoneclaw.
I think Cookie took Stoneclaw, I think.
I did, in fact, yes.
I completely forget what you called it, but the one that I like the sound of.
Stone Skin.
Stone Skin. Yeah, want to do Stone Skin.
Okay, so that gives everybody every friendly target in its aura gets barbarian resistances, so non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. And then if you ascend it, they also get magical resistances.
The Ascension grants
Bear Totem.
Bear Totem resistances. I'm warning you now, I am gamzelousing the way I'm wording these just so I understand them best.
Okay.
So
if
you ever need shaman stuff, I wouldn't recommend referencing me.
So you need to imbue your Earth Totem.
Right.
And the Archon of Stone also has a challenge for you. You must ascend yourself. And by that I mean choose your specialization. Oh, excuse me, no, that's the Archon of Fire. I apologize. This one, you get... Let me find it. Here it is. Yeah, you get an ability called Rebuke the Elements. You can turn elementals, like a cleric can turn undead.
Oh.
As an action, you call upon the planes to reign in their own. Each elemental that you can see or hear within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom save against your spell save DC. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move away from you, blah, 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 blah. It also can't take reactions. It's exactly the same as turn undead. After you use it, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. And your elemental die increases to a d6.
Ooh.
So what you have to do is you have to rebuke the Archon of Stone to pass this test.
Okay, that's a feat.
Yes, it is. So we see Kian, like, lay out his Earth Totem, focus, go Avatar state. What does it look like when you use your Rebuke the Elements feature? And also, did you get all that?
I'm finishing up that block right now.
Take your time. Want me to post it backstage for you?
If you would be so kind.
Do. There you go.
Makes this really easy because I can just Thanos snap the poorly spelled nonsense I had, kitty cat. Nonsense I had and just put that in.
Okay.
There we go. What does it look like for Kian? I like to think it's this sort of look of he's words. Tattoos
Okay.
take on a glowing hue of the elements, and it's they glow in the colors of the elements and in primordial, in this sort of echoed tone, be gone, and the energy disperses from the tattoos.
Yeah, totally. So what's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 16.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. My man's got an 11. So you rebuke the Archon of Stone. You put your will into it. While the other abilities were like letting the energy enter you, this one is like using your sense of will to push away. Right?
Right.
Like it's like Sean probably likens it to scaring away an animal, making yourself big and scary, right?
Yeah.
Totally. So, yeah, like, you don't, like, banish the Archon, you don't make it flee away, but it definitely, like, shuffles back, and in its place, there's this, like, pointed little bit of stone, and it pops up like a crab, and scuttles, like, up the side of your totem, and into the totem, and it, like, turns into, like, Thanos dust as it falls into the totem, and your totem lights up green, and you have your stone skin totem.
Very cool.
Yeah, right?
And, well, second verse, same as the first.
You're gonna hit a
Wow.
third verse, same
verse,
as the second.
same. Yeah.
You're going to the Arcana Flame.
Yeah.
The Arcana Flame will let you make a new totem. And your choices are Fiery Wrath, Imbue Flame, Chill Ward, or... I'm looking through my list. You already got Hot Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Or... Yeah, this is when you get Lava Burst.
What does Lava Burst do?
It's a bomb, basically. You set the lava burst totem down, and the next time its initiative count comes up, which is right after yours, it explodes and basically fireballs a 15-foot radius around itself.
Oh man.
Except it's 6d whatever your elemental die is.
Oh god, this is a fireball.
Yeah.
That totem is delayed fireball,
Yes, it is.
but scaling.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible and terrifying.
If you ascend it, targets have disadvantage on their save.
Ow.
Man, I can't wait until I find that.
God, fucking Wind pulling his hand out of lava. Look what I found. It's spicy. Anyway.
Why is your guiding wind just sound like DPC Abridged Mr. Popo?
Because it is.
Alright, maggots.
Any woozle.
Right. I think I'm gonna go for Fiery Wrath.
Fiery Wrath? Okay. So, bonus action.
Lava Bomb is great, but...
Bonus action fire damage. Good shit.
Mhm.
And... Vreck starts to imbue it, and the Archon is like, no! To get the imbue on this totem, you must complete his challenge, which you need to go through what is called a Shamanic Ascension, and it's choosing your spec. And I believe we've already discussed you want to go the melee spec. Is that right?
Yes.
Which is... Ascension of Physical Enhancement. And this is a big level for you. So, first of all, a fierce totemic warrior using the power of the elements to enhance their fighting abilities and become great warriors in their own right. Upon choosing this ascension, you become capable of arming yourself for battle. You gain proficiency in medium armor and all martial weapons. Additionally, you may use your wisdom modifier instead of strength or dex when dealing damage and as your attack bonus. You fight with your wisdom.
Oh. Fuck.
So you gain proficiency with medium armor and martial weapons. And you may use your wisdom modifier for attack and damage rolls. Tell me when you're ready.
Wisdom. Hell. What is the subclass called again?
The Ascension of Physical Enhancement.
Okay. I got that put in.
Okay, tell me, so you have the wisdom for attack and damage, you have the medium armor and the martial weapons?
Yes.
Okay. You get a fighting style,
Oh.
but you only get one of 3 choices.
Oh, okay.
Dueling, great weapon fighting, or 2-weapon fighting.
Dueling.
So, like, when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain +2 damage rolls with that weapon?
Right.
Alright.
Yeah. Give me just a sec. Thank God I turned opening Wikidot's main page into a hotkey. Okay.
So you get the dueling fighting style,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also get imbue weapon.
Ooh.
Beginning when you choose this ascension, you learn to enhance your weapons by imbuing them with elemental energy. As a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot into the weapon you're holding, increasing the damage you deal by your elemental die, and the damage type, the additional damage is a type of damage based on a totem that you have in your possession.
Hold on. I'm falling behind a little bit.
Okay? Basically, you can arcane weapon your weapons.
The elemental weapon die. Sorry, I got a little lost there. After increase the damage by the elemental damage die.
Yep, you gain additional damage based on your elemental damage die of a totem that you possess. So you can imbue your weapon with lightning, and it does your elemental damage die of lightning damage in addition to its normal damage. This is where it gets spicy.
Okay.
You can only have one imbue on a weapon at a time. If you cast another one, the previous effect immediately ends. Okay? The imbue lasts for 1 minute and does not require concentration.
Ooh, tasty. Okay.
The elemental damage increases by 1 die based on the spell slot used to imbue the weapon. Ready for the best part?
Hold on. Just a second. Okay.
Ready for the best part?
Yes.
Imbued weapons count as empty hands for the sake of somatic components.
For those that don't possess Warcaster, that is frickin' incredible.
Yes, it is. So so basically, you can use a spell slot to imbue your weapon with an elemental die of damage on every attack. It lasts for 1 minute and does not require concentration. And while your weapon is imbued, it counts as a free hand for casting. You can't tell me that's not nuts.
That is really good.
All right, I'll tell you, it's not nuts, but I'm lying.
Let's see. Do you get anything else at this level? No. So we see you like the Archon of Flames challenge is like fight, like use your wisdom, imbue your weapons, and fight. So once you have all that stuff put in to beat the Archon of Flame, you need to deal 12 damage with one attack.
Okay. Okay. Using this beautiful new ability.
Yep.
This gorgeous little friend.
Mm-hmm.
I possess a water totem.
Yes, you do.
Oh god, everything is going wrong. Hold on. Okay. Boink. There we go. And it is my elemental die is a D6.
It is currently a D6.
Then I should, if as a half caster, I should have a second level slot. Imbue at second level cold.
Okay, so your weapon, what are you imbuing?
Since I have a water totem, that should give me access to cold,
What
right?
weapon are you imbuing?
Oh, sorry, my hand axe.
Okay, so yeah, your hand axe will do an additional 2d6 points of cold damage. And +2 because you're single wielding the hand axe.
Right. Why are you still saying? Oh, what? Why are you?
Swing.
Hold on. It messed itself up. It reset back to strength for those. There we go. Huh? Oh. Okay, there it is.
Oh? Why'd you swing the Sapphire Greatsword?
Wait, what the fuck?
And why is it rolling the damage automatically?
I don't know. It keeps resetting the hand axe back to strength.
Did you pull the hand axe from the compendium?
I think I did.
That's why.
Yeah, no, it took this time.
Okay. So, try that again. Okay. That is more than 12 damage. So the Archon of Flame pulls out his big flaming greatsword, lunges at you. You call upon the spirits within you and around you, dodge aside, run up on him, imbue your axe with cold, smack! And you get your Totem of Fiery Wrath. A bit of his side comes off and lands in your Eagle Totem, and now you have your Fiery Wrath Totem. So from here, we need to montage things a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So you have 4 totems now.
Right.
You need to have 2 more by the end of this. You also need 3 cantrips from the list. And a couple of extra features, which I will tell you now. You're going to get Farsight, which Cookie will link. You're going to get Spirit Form, which Cookie will link. You're going to get...
Hello?
I'm reading, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I was just trying to make sure I didn't get down the right.
Nope, you're good.
Don't worry, you're fine.
You can... Your Rebuke the Elements feature gets stronger. You can rebuke... you can rebuke an elemental to suppress it, which will remove a link from another shaman. You can use your elemental sense to see if an area around you, like instead of the presence of an elemental, you can see if it has been there at all and altered it. So like mold, earth, shape, water, like you can see that stuff now.
Oh, are you talking about Restoration of the Elements?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, so you have that too. Great. Give him ghost form or spirit form, restoration of the elements, and farsight, please, Cookie.
Alright. Forgive me for farsight and spirit form. I have not made it fancified yet.
That's fine.
Here is, in generalized terms, farsight.
Choose a point within your sight. That's not a joke. It is that far. The point must be material. You instantly see from that spot as if you were standing there. Requires concentration, lasts up to 5 minutes, recharge on a short rest. So you can basically pick a point and change your perspective to that point, providing it is a physical point. It can't be like open air.
Oh,
and
man.
And you could see as if you were standing there.
Oh, man.
You see the top of that tree? Yeah, now you can see from the top of that tree.
Mm-hmm.
We are at the top of a McFucking mountain.
Yup.
That gives me some insane usability of this power.
It only gives you clairvoyance, not clairaudience.
Right. I'm gonna put that in here. Hashtag no sound.
Mm-hmm.
Here is spirit form.
Starting at 6th level, you can become ethereal, but are still considered solid. As an action, you can move at twice your speed. Difficult terrain does not apply to you, and you have an advantage on stealth checks, but you're not invisible. Vision impairing effects cannot attack or cast spells. And you can do this once per long rest. You can pass through a chain link fence, but you can't pass through a wall with this.
Okay.
Then Restoration of the Element, which is fully fancified at this point.
At the start of level 6, your connection to the elements heightens. When you use your elemental sense feature, you can now not only sense elementals are nearby, but if the area around you has been magically altered by the elements. Your rebuking of the elemental forces becomes more focused at 6th level, allowing you to negate magical elemental effects. You can use your Rebuke of the Elements feature to cast a modified Dispel magic. Any elemental spell effect of 3rd level or lower that alters a creature or area ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the creature, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability modifier. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. So, pretty nice.
That is some good shit.
And as a shaman of physical enhancement, you get some new abilities as well. You get 2 more, in fact. First, you get an extra attack.
Yeah.
So enjoy that. And you get one of my personal favorite abilities, and I have to bring this in wholesale. Storm Strike. Are you ready?
Nope. Hang on, let me spell strike correctly. Okay.
When you take the attack action, you may expend a spell slot of any level that you possess to imbue your weapon with the fury of the storm.
Hold on. Okay.
Make a weapon attack. On a hit, you roll the weapon damage 3 times, and if you're attacking with an imbued weapon, you roll your elemental die 3 times.
You said make a weapon attack, and on a hit, roll the
damage 3 times, and if
imbued.
and if you're attacking with an imbued weapon, roll the elemental damage 3 times. You may storm strike a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you must complete a long rest before you can do so again.
Okay.
A critical storm strike is deadly.
Yes, it is.
It's good you took away the Sapphire Greatsword before I got this. Because, quote you, no, it was designed to crit. Go ahead, spam it.
Yep.
And with this, that would just be absolute terror.
You're right, it would.
Can storm strike a number of times equal to Wizmod. Oh my god, these don't even look like real words. I'm spelling them so poorly.
And you get them back on a long rest. Taking you all the way to level 8. Your elemental die becomes a D8 and then a D10.
Oh man.
And you'll get another ASI, which you did not get before. Now, you have 2 more totems that you are owed. And you have some more options if you want them.
I'm interested.
Case in point, you also get the ability to ascend your totems now.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. You actually got that technically at level 5, but yes.
Level 7, actually.
Level 7, still. Yes. Oh, and thank you, Cookie. As an 8th level shaman, you can bring out 1 totem of each type in the Totemic call action instead of just 1.
Ooh.
How many times can you summon a totem, Cookie?
You may summon a number of totems equal to 2 plus your Wizmod.
There it is.
You get them back on a short rest.
If you use an action to summon 4, it's still 4 charges. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yep.
So, wait. So I can pull out a totem. I can pull out totems.
2 plus your wisdom modifier times per short rest.
2 plus wisdom, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
That's not bad. That gives me 6.
To do so is a bonus action, and you can either do 1 or you can do up to 4 now, because you're an 8th level shaman. And yeah, you can ascend your totems now. But you have 2 more totems, you need to decide what you get. And you don't have wind totems at all yet.
I know. Excuse me a moment. Whew. This bonus action can summon totems. Can summon. Can, for the love of God, autocorrect. The one time I want it to work with me, it calls not toes. Can summon 1 to 4. That's part of this bonus action.
But each totem still costs a charge.
There we go. Okay. I'll make a quick counter for that.
Yep.
It's 6, so that's 6. Come on. There we go. Okay. I think I have everything.
Okay.
So then,
So then you need to pick 3 cantrip. Oh, you got Moldar for their totem as well. Duh.
right.
So you need to pick 3 cantrips and 2 more totems.
I would like. I want to try to get Storm's Wrath. Exactly. I don't exactly see a. What are they? Archon?
Archons.
I don't exactly see an Archon of Wind.
Okay.
I don't know what to do about that. It's a lot of little lit.
Take your time.
There's a lot of littler bros around.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if I make a totem, if I can just get them to help me sort that.
I'm not saying one way or the other. Do you want to carve another totem? What I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. And your intention is to present it to the Archon of Wind. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The challenge of the Archon of Wind is to find the Archon of Wind.
Oh, goody.
But hold on. Gotta pick a totem first. You're a level 8 shaman. You've got more options, my friend.
Oh boy.
So you got the Zephyr totem.
Uh-huh.
You got the Vortex totem. You got the totem of Shocking Wrath and the totem of Imbue Lightning. Right?
Right.
You've also got the Grounding totem. You've got You've got the Lightning Rod totem. Which is it's like the Lava Burst totem, but it's a stun.
Ooh.
You've got the Wind Fury totem, which excuse me, no, I rolled that into a different one. Sorry, ignore that. You have a totem of Grace, which basically it gives you safe fall, like slow fall. And yeah, and a totem of wind wall. It's like the vortex totem, but it's, you know, a wind wall instead of just a centralized point.
Right. So, I think I'm gonna stick with Storm's Wrath.
Okay, so another wrath totem. That's fine.
That's the one I wanted to go with originally for lightning.
I mean, remember,
For air.
you do have shock burst now, which does the same thing.
That's true. You know, we, the jungle beasts, find ourselves falling a lot.
Okay.
You called it the Grace?
Totem of Grace. It gives you slow fall, and it allows you to cross a gap equivalent of your shaman level. Yeah, equivalent to your shaman level in feet, as if it were solid ground.
That's... Said it grants...
It's slow fall, and you can hover 8 feet. Or hover a number of feet equal to your shaman level. The ascension of this one is really cool.
Okay.
If you ascend it, everyone in the aura, when you ascend it, can fly for a minute.
Ooh. Is that, like, limited to within the aura, or...?
No, the totem goes away when you ascend it. You get 1 minute of flight.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, boy. That is some travel power right there.
Yeah, it is. But you have to find the Archon of Wind first.
Right. Can only think of one good way to start something like that.
Okay.
And that's using elemental sense.
Gold Star. The Archon of Wind is supporting the thrones.
That makes a lot of sense.
You have your Totem of Grace. Well done.
Yeah, boy.
You have one more. What do you want?
I can do one more.
And I have other options for the other elements as well.
I'd love to hear the other options.
So for your for your fire totem, you've got Imbue Flame, Chill Ward, Lava Burst. I'm looking through my list. Sorry, bear with me.
Rar.
Wall of Fire. Did I already say Chill Ward? I think I did.
Yes.
Or... Ow. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of how to word it. I have one in mind. I'm trying to think of how to word it.
Mm-hmm.
Or... Yeah, or Molten Shield.
What is that?
a friend, like, in the same way that the livestream totem picks a person to heal every round, the Molten Shield puts the Molten Shield on a target, in a friendly target, in the area of the thing, and if they get hit, they Hellish Rebuke.
That's not bad.
If you ascend it, everyone gets Hellish Rebuke.
That's pretty good.
We've already got Fiery Wrath. And you've already got... What's the other one you took?
Hot Blood.
Okay. I should... Keep in mind, my dude. Totem of Imbue blank stacks with the Imbue that you put on the weapon.
Oh.
Yeah. If that changes some of your choices, that's fine.
I see. I was initially thinking, like, well, do I really need a Totem of Imbue if I can just imbue
You can also
myself?
imbue other people with the totem.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. I told you, anyone in the totem gets the effect.
Oh. I am a baboon.
The totems are about AoE buffs, my guy.
It's a new toy. I gotta learn.
Yep, absolutely. Shamans are support classes, first and foremost.
I kind of want to hear the other options for water.
Water?
Yeah.
Let's see. Heat Ward Totem. Totem of Icy Wrath. Totem of Imbue Ice. Totem of Mana Stream.
Huh?
Totem of Water Breathing. And Totem of Healing Spirit.
Ooh. What is Mana Stream?
It picks one person in the radius of the totem, and it gives them their lowest level spell slot back. Every round.
That's just the fucking basic effect of it?
Mm-hmm.
Now excuse my choice of vernacular, but Jesus fuck.
If you ascend the Mana Stream totem, everyone in it gets their lowest level spell slot back.
Oh my god.
Boy, I can't wait to get that one too.
That's a scary one to give Wind, because then Dawn can just get his slot back a bunch.
I know.
He's in the back line. Healing word, healing word, healing word. He becomes the Oprah of healing word.
You're already the Oprah of Healing Word.
But then he can be the Oprah of healing word without repercussion for using that many healing words.
Mm-hmm. Unless someone else is in the totem, because then they might get the spell buff.
This is true. Our party doesn't really rely on spell slots super hard. Gone over fire, water, and wind.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well see if there's anything that piques me in Earth.
All right. There's Binding Earth, Tremor, also Wrath and Imbue.
Mm-hmm.
There's Totem of Might. And Totem of Steel Skin. Or what did I say? Stone. Yeah, stone. So it's Totem of Steel Skin.
What's Steel Skin?
Steel Skin gives you advantage on saves against like energy effects. So,
Interesting.
yeah, stone skin reduces the damage. Steel skin gives you advantage on the saves.
So in a shaman v shaman fight, Totemus steel skin
I might change that name.
It would give you advantage.
In fact, I will. It'll be Totem of Vigor, Vigour.
So Totem of Vigor is in that fight. One of them uses like lightning burst. You have advantage on the strength save.
Correct.
Okay. And what was might?
Advantage on strength checks, strength saves, and your carrying capacity is doubled.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. You want to know the ascension of that one?
Yes, actually.
The effect persists until your long rest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really, the totem of get swole.
It's called Totem of Might. What do you want?
Fucking Totem of Salcom, more like it. Oh man.
I said a couple of other ones as well.
That's true. That's true. I gotta be honest. I'm considering Totem of Imbue Lightning.
Okay.
I am not doing. Thunder isn't a possibility. I assume. I'm also gonna hope it's not, because I'm not gonna give Brick that power.
Correct. It is not. Now, Imbue does not give the secondary effects.
Right.
Unless you ascend it.
Okay.
Your Imbue does, but it's just for your stuff. Oh no,
right.
Your Imbue is just damage. Sorry, your Burst does, but it's just for you. Your Totem does not do the secondary effect, it only adds damage.
I see. Oh man.
Also, I think I lied to you. I think it's not a D10 yet. I think it's a D8. Let me double check.
Pretty sure it is still just a D8.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
You said it follows monk
the
scaling,
monk.
right?
That's what I'm checking right now. Yes.
Hang on, activating hotkey.
No, it's still just a D6.
Ooh.
At 11th, it'll become a D8.
I see. Okay.
It's still solid. Still really good.
It is very solid. Very solid. Happy to have it.
I was just looking at it. I was like, that seems high. So?
Took total grades. I took.
Oh, and you get bind wins for getting the air totem. I forgot that.
Very cool.
As long as you have at least one of these types of totems, you can use these cantrips. So it might be advisable to get at least 2 totems of each type, but you only get 6. So.
Right, which means for now I can only get 2 of 3.
Correct. 2 of 2. Or 2. Well, you can't get 2 of 3 because you already have 4. You have 1 of each. See what I'm saying?
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah,
I can only get 2 of 2.
Right. So what are you thinking? I'm really surprised you're not all in on some of those earth totems.
They're very, very cool. It's deciding what to snag up. That's
Okay.
What were the new options for Earth again? Was it just might and vigor?
No, it was also tremor.
Tremor. What is that one?
Tremor. All hostile creatures in the radius of the totem must make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. Excuse me. A hostile creature chosen randomly by all hostile creatures within the radius of the totem must make a dex save or be knocked prone. If you ascend it, it's all of them. And base, all hostile targets around the totem are affected by difficult terrain. The difficult terrain, one creature knocked prone, ascended, all creatures knocked prone. Hostile.
Okay. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I know we got the doctor, and the doctor is that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna go with the totem of healing spirit.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. The totem of healing spirit and totem of healing stream are the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my bad. I realized after reading them, because again, I'm pulling this off of the wiki, I realized they did the same thing. And I was like, I fucked that up. So that's on me. Sorry, friend.
I see. Okay. Working backwards.
Yep. But, let me see if there's something I can give you instead that you may be interested in.
I was thinking about that because more healing is always great, especially with this group and the amount of bullshit we face.
Ooh, here's an interesting one. It's a water totem, and it's the water totem version of the lava burst and the lightning rod.
Oh.
They call it cloud burst. I might change the name of that. But you set the totem down, and it registers all magical healing done in its aura. And then at the end of its time, or when you dismiss it, which you can do as a bonus action, it pulses that healing divided among all friendly targets in its radius at the time of the pulse.
Interesting.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna call that, Tide Pulse instead of Cloudburst.
You know what? I think I'll go for that.
Okay, so the wording is a little bit clunky. Bear with me. As a bonus action, you may place a totem on the ground that does nothing. You may dismiss it as a bonus action, or and when the totem is dismissed, its timer runs out or it is destroyed, its effect triggers. While active, the totem records all magical healing cast while in its aura. When the totem explodes, it pulses for an equal amount of healing energy divided among friendly targets in its radius.
I see. The piece I missed there was cast.
Mm-hmm. So you set it up around the healers, and the healers all throw out their healing spells for a minute or until it dies, and then they move away from it, and the ones that need healing come in, and it pulses and splits all of that healing among targets that it can interact with.
I see.
It's fucking cool is what it is.
It really is.
That's a cool one. I like that one. when to take note.
Does it have as much use for the jungle beasts as it would the champions, though?
It's double free healing, my guy.
It is, that's true. Does the life streams healing count for the purposes of it?
They're both water totems.
Ah, I can only have one element out at a time.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, someone else's life stream totem would absolutely count.
Okay.
Oh, this is good. If you ascend it, it doesn't split the healing.
It just...
Everyone gets that much healing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's real good. Remember that ascending is really hard to do. You only get, like, what, Cookie, 3? Something like that?
You get equal to your wisdom mod number of ascensions per long rest.
Per long rest, yeah.
Okay.
You want the Tide Pulse totem? I kind of want the Tide Pulse totem, and I'm the GM, like...
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. So, bonus action, plop it down, and then as long as it's active, it's recording healing if the person casting the healing, not the target, the caster is in the aura of the healing totem. And then it, like, whatever happens to destroy it, either you dismiss it, it gets destroyed, or the timer runs out, and then it pulses in the same radius and splits the healing among, you know, acceptable targets.
Keep spelling friendly wrong.
And then you get 3 more cantrips from the cantrip list.
Do you have that, Cookie?
Oh, yeah, what now? Sorry.
I have it if you want it.
Yes.
Firebolt, Friends. Oh no, wait, I removed some of these. You need to get it from Cookie. Sorry.
I don't have that full list. It was the sorcerer list, but modified.
Yeah, it was Firebolt, Guidance, Produce Flame, Ray of Frost, Resistance, Shocking Bolt, Shocking Grasp, True Strike, Light, Mold Earth, Gust, Chill Touch, and Lightning Lure.
Yes. Oh, you could also have a different element of Firebolt.
Yes.
Oh.
So you could take Firebolt or Ice Bolt,
Shocking Bolt,
Shocking Bolt,
Poison Bolt, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cookie.
No problemo.
Interesting.
So you get your 4 elemental cantrips, and then you get 3 more on top of that.
Okay.
And this is the last thing aside from your ASI. So like, I want to do this, and then I want to do like a scene of Shaman Kian, and then we'll wrap up.
Come on, Compendium.
Want me to go through it again?
No, I was trying to get my elemental cantrips. But I think the only one in here...
Well, Bind Winds is third party anyway.
It's starting to seem like none of them are in here. Hold on.
They really aren't,
The
my guy.
fuck?
Because they're from a secondary book, and like pretty much nothing out of the PHB is in the compendium.
Great. Control flame. I'll have to update what these do later. For now, I'm just throwing them in.
I understand.
earth. Find winds.
Shape water.
And then shape water.
And then 3 more after that.
And then 3 after. Okay. So
If you lose the totem of the type, you can't use the cantrip anymore.
okay.
So you only have 1 wind and 1 earth totems. Keep that in mind. And again, to be clear, that does not mean the big thing that you summon. That means the little thing that's basically a spell focus.
It's my carved little doodad.
Correct.
So to that end, I have a weird question.
Yes.
There's a lot of times where we use like firebolt to set something on fire, or set off like gunpowder or something.
Yep.
You mentioned earlier that earth covers bludgeoning, poison, and acid.
Correct.
If I went with acid, would my firebolt be capable of low grade version of actual degradation of what it hits?
When untended objects only.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's a cantrip after all.
Yeah. For a cantrip, that's pretty good. You know what? Acid bolt.
Acid bolt, okay. Guidance, I assume?
Yes. Always.
And then you got 1 more.
Trying to see if guidance. It is. Hallelujah. Okay. And then a weird one, Ray of Frost. I think that was one of the options, right?
Sorry, what?
Ray of Frost?
Ray of Frost, yes. Okay. So then there's your ASI to worry about, because you're level 8 shaman now instead of multi-classing.
Right. Shit. I could just boost my wisdom.
You could. That would give you a whole lot of stuff.
That would. It would increase my number of totem charges.
It would increase your attack and damage rolls.
That too. That would cover the most ground for me right now. I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Easy ASI then.
Yeah.
Great.
2 into wisdom takes me up to 20.
So montage for us, Kyan learning all of this stuff among the spirits.
I think after he's gone to each of the archons, it's... What's a way of wording this? It's like a sorcerer playing with new abilities. It's seeing the thing, understanding the things that he can do, but then getting a bit of a clear spot and just in this place that Vrek called Reverend.
Take your
just
time.
throwing out these skills and learning them firsthand as best he can. So there's a lot of littler spirits, so learning little bits and pieces of what he's doing from them too.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I forgot to mention. While you have the totem in your possession, you can also speak that elemental language. Well, understand it.
Very cool.
Thank you for reminding me of that. So yeah, we see you like doing the avatar thing, practicing the forms, using your new sparring abilities with your physical enhancement, summoning the totem, activating the various effects of them, firing off the new spells. We see all of this like swirl and spiral like a galaxy, and it like comes like it fades to just an orange tone, and the camera pulls back and we see Kian, his eyes glowing orange, sitting in meditation with Bane's hand on your head, and you have successfully swapped your levels over in an instant of time.
Very cool.
Yeah, right. Anything you wanna say or show before we wrap up?
Anything I want to say? Not really.
Okay.
Show? Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Then we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up here. But as always, give us a shout out, Shaman Boy.
My name is Guy Gamzelos, the Bard of Heroes and the Teller of Tales that need to be told. And there are a lot. If ever you need me, you can always find me on the Discord or in DMs. And speaking of finding us, thank you once again for joining us on the YouTube. And if you'd be so kind as to continue joining us here, we'd greatly appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. And interacting with the channel, a like, a comment, or subscription can go a very long way in helping us. Oh, goodness, words. In helping us spread this wonderful hobby of ours. And if you need something to comment about,
Shaman Kian.
Shaman Kian.
Kianman.
Kianman? Isn't that a spice?
Probably. For my part, as ever, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the Teller of Tales and the Weaver of Mysteries, the Masked Bard. This is a community that is ever devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's to your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoy your time with us. This has been a Dice-Icive Action Crown of Faes Xtra, where we catch Kian up to where he needs to be and get him ready to pursue his shamanic teachings. Oh, a quick note for Gamzelos. Just because you're a level 8 shaman does not mean you're an experienced shaman. Keep that in mind. But for now, it's quite late, and we did this kind of at the spur of the moment. So as always, it's time to close the book on today and leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to each and every one of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers. Whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time as we find out what's happening beneath the crown of Faes with a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again very soon.